Okay. All right. Namaste, souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always great to be here practicing together. And due to this, I don't know how the full moon is affecting you. It's quite lovely and beautiful. But we do, there is a lot of energy with the full moon, and it can affect nocturnal sleep. I know that's happened to me and my husband these last couple nights, but it's also important to return back to balance all the time, as much as we can. We go from balance to imbalance, but there's so many ways yoga can help us, of course, with posture work, with breath work, to return. And as we do the alternate nostril breathing, which is a great avenue to literally balance the solar and lunar sides, I want you to also contemplate what's called the sankalpa, which is what we offer usually in yoga as teachers every time, meaning, well, what's your intention? What's your intention, not only for the practice? I want to go deeper today. Where are you at, like, in your life right now? What is your heartfelt desire? What is calling you? What do I love? I'll kind of weave this in throughout the practice. It's a big, important question that has subtext of the answers, but I want to focus on the sankalpa, the intention, and the balance. Sound good? Okay, so I'm going to back it up a little bit, and we're going to take the thumb, the hang loose sign, and the little finger. First, just line your spine, feel your sit bones underneath you, get in a comfortable seat. Do a complete exhale. Hear that oceanic sound. Close the right nostril gently. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the right nostril. 2, 3, 4. We're going to repeat that. Close the right. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Close the right. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Hold both nostrils. 3, 4. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4. One more round. Find your pace. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils. Focus at the spiritual eye. 3, 4. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4. Now release the hand. Inhale through both nostrils. Full yogic breath. Hold the breath. Focus inwardly at the spiritual eye. When you're ready, exhale. Could be equal or slightly longer than the inhale. Do that a couple more rounds. We'll be consciously breathing, of course, the whole class. And just inwardly tune into what is your heartfelt desire right now at this time in your life? Or what do I love? And if you feel comfortable, you're muted, you can just whisper it out loud. There's power in saying that audibly. Remember this, I love animals. Whatever it is, just cultivate your heartfelt desire, your sankalpa. And we want to return to that. And holding that we're going to make the joy within us as a community together through the practice of yoga. So that is a big intention of mine, and brings me a lot of joy to connect to the joy within myself and then share that collectively with others. So as we begin the now more full body movement, we're going to come to the mat. And come onto our backs. We're going to ease on down, ease on down. Again, the feet, lengthen the spine. Exhale, round the spine. And we know this, core work shimmy shake down. Over to the side. Rest in the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, I can't help but fold those knees in and rock side to side. Literally giving yourself that hug, that kindness, that compassion. Rocking the head side to side as well. Okay. And we're going to scoot down a little bit. Plug in the feet, slightly turn in the toes. And press to the feet so you feel your back on the earth, your hands on the belly. Well, let's just do a little deep pelvic breathing by we inhale and draw the sacrum, that clock, that Pilates clock, the 6 o'clock into the earth, and then the 12 o'clock above the navel. So below the navel is the 6 o'clock. Arcing, belly expanding, exhaling, flattening the back. Engage those inner thighs. One more time. Inhale, full belly breathing. Exhale. 12 o'clock. Good. Now, clasping gently the elbow tips. Okay, and the shoulders are drawing down toward the earth. First, this is so wonderful for the heart chakra connected to the shoulders and the arms, okay? This is great shoulder release. A lot of people need freedom, more freedom in our shoulders. We're going to slowly draw the right elbow tips over toward the earth as the head turns gently to the left. Keep pressing through the feet. And you're getting underneath, especially that left scapula. Inhale, come back to center. Cores engaged. Draw the right tip of the elbow over toward the left, the left tip of the elbow over to the left side as the head turns to the right. Just a little bit. You're finding what works for your neck, throat, chest area. So we'll do this one more time with the arms. And focusing on the shoulder extension, right tip of the elbow over to the right, head jumping to the left. Keep magnetizing those inner thighs toward one another. Inhale, back to center. The left tip of the elbow over to the left. Big exhales. And keep over gently to the right. Okay, now we're going to notice a big difference when we add the leg movement in here. So the forearms are above the chest, still gently clasping the tips of the elbows. If this works for your body, this is a deep twist. We'll bring the right tip of the elbow over to the right, but the knees to the left. Head to the left. See how that feels? I'm just looking toward the screen, but I'll look away. 3 breaths here. Yet another way to twist. Cleansing action, physically, mentally, emotionally. Engage the core. Come back up to center. You guessed it, left tip of the elbow over to the left, knees to the right. Head opposite the knees. Or you can keep it still or keep it toward. You want to just kind of play with the head placement. You can look a little bit toward the knees or center, or slightly. Just everybody's different with their neck alignment here. That feels good to you. Let's do it one more time. Engage core. Opposite arms, opposite legs, and then the head placement could be straight or slightly away. Breath work really important. These opposite bilaterals going on. So good for the brain. I notice my brain, it's takes a little bit to articulate this. Engage the core, come back up. But it feels better just to get into the flow of the movement. So hips, shoulders, twist, head placement, and 3 breaths while you're in the pose and the twist. Inhaling, coming back to center, and resting either with the Supta Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together, the knees apart, or more container for the low back, feet wider, knees together. Either way, Eagle Heart Mudra, hands on the heart. What is it in this time of my life that I love? That's calling me, a heartfelt desire. Well, that is an opening for it. Okay. Last part of this, bring the feet hip width apart, plug in, interlock, and press the palms up toward the sky, but then bend those elbows and circle like a dinner-sized plate. 3 times in one direction. May not feel like a lot is going on, but again, we're hydrating the shoulders and getting into the scapula, which is part of the broad range of the heart chakra, the ability to love and tune in, give, and forgive. Okay, have those knees in again. Oh, yay, body. Thank you, body, for what you can do. Rocking side to side and inner borders of the feet together, opening the hips by opening the knees apart. In one direction 3 times, and then just working its opposite. However you started, we'll reverse it. Great. And then flex, extend through the feet, the ankles, calves, and either rocking and rolling or rolling onto your side. You have enough momentum to come up and then take it into, we're going to gradually do our standing full moon series, but we'll take it in stages to come straight up into our classic cat stretch. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Yeah, let's just kind of go side to side, figure 8s. Let the elbows bend, the shoulders release, continue to release, stabilize. Inhaling, scooping, cat, inhale. And this is the cow variation of cat cow, eye gaze up, and then cat round. Draw the middle hand. Again, fades. Going out into the world, solar energy, or just activating, organizing, and planning. Exhale, rounded. Maybe use back for the heels or the prayer pose. And then stabilize enough so that you lift off of the knees. Strengthen the core. And pour it back to our wonderful downward facing dog. Full body stretch. If you like, walk the dog. And allowing the quality, perhaps, of peace or calmness to radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Tune into the oceanic sound, you pulse with the breath or stabilize. That was an option. And we'll step one foot forward, then the other, one hand and the other. Find your forward fold here. Maybe rest the palms of the hollows of the elbows, maybe bend the knees slightly. Either way, you're letting the head relax from side to side, releasing any of those unnecessary burdens. Relaxing, casting aside. If you want to massage the scalp, especially the back of the neck there. Soften the ego. Again, it just it's so used to directing the show. We want that higher power at the spiritual eye, crown of the head, to be driving, and then you go in the back seat, in the right position there. You decide how you want to come up. You could round your spine and shake it out. You could come up with a straight spine. Take your time to come up to a mountain pose. Once you're upright, circle your shoulders up, down, and around, really activating our heart chakra here. Our intention, our sankappa. Feet hip width apart, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, and into the crown. What do I love? What do I love? Just let your heart speak to you. Let that, if you feel comfortable, whisper it out loud. And sharing the joy within that is the Anandamaya Kosha. We're going to move into our full moon salute. We know our sun salute very well, and it's been a little while since we've done. I've cued the full moon salute. So inhaling, sweeping the arms up, taking your time. Right. Interlocking at the thumbs and the index finger as we stretch and grow. Now really root down through the feet, draw the shoulders down slightly. And we're going to arc it over to half moon. Take our time as we arc over. Keep those legs engaged. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Lift the heart gently to the sky, affirming. Strength and courage fill my body cells. See where the arc, where you want to sustain it. Keep engaging the core, the legs. Inhale, reaching back to center. Up. Take a moment in cactus arms, expand the heart, mini back bend, high gaze up. And then pulse it up again. Thumb, index finger, other fingers wrapping. Use those shoulders down a little bit so they're not like this. The legs are super strong, super strong. Feel those points of the feet, outer and inner, as we arc over. Yes. Feeling the stretch to the other side. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. You see where the pulsing wants to take you. Finding your edge. Physical movement. For the strength and courage, we're lengthening and growing, reaching up. And then take those cactus arms again, bend the knees. And step it wide. do a goddess variation series here. So still with the cactus arms, we're going to bend the knees, squat, pulse up, and do this 2 more times. Yeah, this is great if I cued you a 3 to 5 pound waist. You could always, this is a great move for that. Imagine you have weights here, and then pulse it up. One more time. Feel the strength and courage here. And then we're going to add our twist. So we're going to bring our hands in on top of the mid to lower thighs. And we're going to add that twist. I'm going to bring the fingertips inside and twisting toward the left shoulder. Really draw the navel to the spine. You guessed it, 3 pulses. And our goddess twist. And then inhale, come back to center, pulse up to expand into the start pose. And then squat back down again. You got it. Fingertips inside, squatting as see if this feels right to you as you twist over toward your right shoulder. You can sustain it or ease back a little bit and twist more. You feel pretty good, strong, and then back to center. Good. And then we pulse it up, back to our star pose, and begin. And this is where you may want to take your block because we'll do a triangle series. So I'll demo. Take the block. Bring it over by the right instep, any way you like, higher or lower. And get that flow going. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, expanding the heart, engaging the legs. Taking your time in Trikonasana to reach over. I keep as much space here on the side body as a hand comes down, don't collapse. Stack the shoulders, track the head to tailbone connected, maybe add the mudra. Thumb, index finger together, individual self uniting with higher self. Energy and joy, fill my body cells. Staying here, energy and joy, Ordutita, fill my body cells. Working the shoulder joints as well, perhaps with circles. Just feel those waves of joy. Stretching up the spine, brush stroking the arm or stabilizing. It's okay. When we come up, we bend the right knee and we sweep the right arm up for a moment. Good. Opposite here, movement from side. We're going to move into our revolve triangle. So this is, higher level. What we're going to take it in stages. We're going to walk this left foot in. We're going to draw the right hip back, left hip forward, tailbone down, heart lifted. Take your time here as we allow the upper body to come forward. You can use 2 blocks here, one on each side. So we elongate the spine. And then we really take our time adding that twist. So this left hand is on the block, left corner of the abdomen draws over to the right. Twist, 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 and then let that arm reach up. At the tail connected, legs engaged, in a revolve triangle. We'll still affirm the joy kosha, energy and joy, fill my body cells. If it's too much to have your arm up here, have it down by your side. Energy and joy, fill my body cells. And then slowly come down. I like to soften this front knee a little bit, protect it. Drape over into pyramid. Use the blocks or not. Get that right hip back, left hip forward. Bow into the wisdom of the heart. Head connected to the heart. And we know that's a much better, great combination. Feel the blood flow to the brain. The energy of this full moon. And then soften the front knee. We're going to transition. Looks like well, it is a warrior, but we're not sustaining the warrior. In fact, we're going to put a block over here. We're going to use it as a transition to sweep both arms up for a moment. Into it. And then come up. Star pose. Get set up for our flow to the other side, Trikonasana. So if you want to bring 2 blocks, it's always great to have everything right by your mat here. Okay. All right, so we're flowing and opening that wonderful heart chakra, front, back, sides. The heart radiates out through the arms, into our hands, into what we're doing, what we love, and then see if it connects to a doing action. So, reaching over and letting the hand, if it's too much on your knee, bend it slightly, and then we'll block in more. Into our triangle pose, adding the mudra. Thumb, index finger. Intention of feeling the energy and joy. Energy and joy fill my body cells. So the joy is a kosha, is within us. And we're doing a lot of the hapio cleansing and releasing to maybe even let that shine more. It's a little clogged up sometimes. Oh, the Tita. Sweeping up and around. Energy and joy fill my body cells. As we cultivate our sankalpa, it's not only what we love, and then we add what's important to you. What's your value? What's a value that's connected to the love? Okay, from here, we are going to take it into our revolve triangle. So what we'll do is we'll extend, bend the knee to protect it, and come up, walk this foot out a little bit. Come up. So the feet are wider, and we're drawing our left hip back, our right hip forward. And we're reaching up, and we're coming forward in our eventual twisted revolved triangle. So the hand comes down. Now this time, of course, the right corner of the abdomen over toward the left. Maybe the hand stays down as you get the twist going. Inner thighs engaging, lengthening up, stacking the shoulders, getting the physical alignment. Still cultivating and really feeling this energy and joy filling the body cells. Okay, look at a point in front of you will help stabilize. When it's time for you to release, legs, of course, are still engaged in our forward fold and our pyramid pose. You can use 2 blocks. Left hip back, right hip forward. Bowing to the wisdom of the heart. Really hear that oceanic sound. You can really hear what the chin tucking toward the hollow of the throat. Blood flow to the brain, cleansing mind. You know, of course, it plans, organizes, we need all those things. But we also want to put some spaciousness so that we're not just these, you know, doers. We're being as we're doing. We're in this pure being. Look at some space and presence. And bending the knee, of course, the presence is here, but we're opening to it. We're opening to it. This is shifting from our usual doer. Ooh, coming up. Star pose. Back to the goddess for a moment. Root down. Rise up again. Step your hands and feet together. We're going to do one more half moon. Thumb, index finger, other fingers wrapped, arc it over. Legs strong, inner thighs really working. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Inhale, pulse it up. Have the cactus arms. Knee back bend. And of course, half moon. Ardha Chandrasana. Even though it's full moon, we're doing the half moon pose. Full moon series. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Make sure you're not too arched forward. And when you feel complete, take that in. Lengthen and grow. Bend the elbows. And maybe feet hip width apart, hands and belly connected. Breathe down. Intention of the heart. What we love. That next stage into what's most important. How does that manifest into the world? How do you bring that out? Is it something within? Is it something that activates in the world? And then just circle around. Feel the effects of the full moon flow. Side. So lots of variations, just like sun salute, moon salute has lots of variations on it, but that's your basic variation, what we did. All right. I'm going to grab a sip of lemon water and we'll come back and keep going here. All right. I wanted to add a standing pose before we do some more floor work. Dharandasana, eagle pose. Oh, I should not have moved that block too far over. Bring it over to the left little toe side of the foot. First, let's get our eagle arms going. So great for the shoulders, right? Inhale, sweeping up. Wide wingspan. Right elbow underneath the left. This is too much. Shoulders. See if you can lift the elbow tips up. Then I'm using chair pose, like a chair pose. Look at a point in front of you. Now, this could be your pose right here, okay? You could do a partial wrap. I am liking the block at this stage. With my history. And we're rooting down, we're looking forward, and we're affirming amidst life storms. I find my center. Amidst the challenges, that's when we want to breathe in, bring in kindness and compassion, practicing that mindfulness skill amidst life storms. And find my center. You can come back to it. You know that. It may not happen right as we're in the challenge, but at some point we can come back. Now, lift the leg up, unfurl. This is maybe where we can find your center as we come out of the clutch. Bring the thumb, index finger together. All right, bringing the block to the other side. I was just reflecting there for a moment and thinking, oh, what's going to be the clutch? What's going to, I don't know what it's going to be today, but it's better for me to kind of figure there's going to be something. Okay. There's something I react to and then find the better response, of course. Inhale, reaching up. Left elbow underneath the right. Maybe this. And just, we didn't do this on the other side, but we could kind of round a little bit, pulse a little bit. You know that you can also do the seated, right? For the shoulder work. But if we're doing a classic eagle pose, Ardhasana, we are lifting off the left foot. Shifting the energy, rooting down, looking at a point on the floor out in front of you. One side's going to probably be easier than the other. Try to lift those hips and elbows. I know it's tough. Mid-side storms. And find my center. And miss those challenges. Can I bring kindness, compassion? Can I even be aware of that? The nervous system's going to clutch. Then we breathe. Returning to your center. Breathe in and spiritualize the whole time. Breath in the belly. When it's time, we're not staying terribly long here. We're going to lift up and unfurl. Whoa! Reaching up. And then maybe do a little swirl again. That's great. Really feel that in the shoulders. Maybe want to do a little bit of shaking. And shaking, swirling, rocking. All deep breathing. All those are great for our nervous system. Going to parasympathetic. Rest and digest versus tense and stress. Okay. Which is going to be somewhat stress, but we want that to be more of the stress. Now we're going to move our block to the side. Notice we haven't done a cobra yet. So we're going to take it into a cobra, but via not quite a full sun salute, but a variation on that. Bringing the hands to the heart, coming to the front of your mat. Over here. Being in this prayer of care for others. Notice who comes to the heart. Into the spiritual eye. Crown. Lengthen and grow out of the back bend. Inhale, lengthen up. And swan dive forward. Take your time. Forward, forward. Step it back to our front and down dog. Perhaps three-legged dog, if it's in your practice. Press through the base of the fingers, tips of the fingers. Maybe that right leg comes up. And what we'll do here is we'll let it slowly come down. If you lift it off, coming into plank. And either knee, chest, chin, chaturanga, or classic chaturanga. Coming down. When we come down now, we do that shoulder massage, side to side. And we're going to lift up with the fingertips pointing in, legs strong, not all the way. Halfway. Open those wings of joy in the shoulders, soaring upward. And we're really going to hydrate the shoulder work some more. It's been a while since I cued this. You come down. You can have a blanket or a bolster by your side for your head. The arms come out to the side, and you're going to turn your left side of the head on the mat. And you're going to use your right hand. You're going to bend your right knee, and we're going to wedge that scapula underneath you. So you're rocking to the side, but that's okay. Now this can be a lot. I know it's hard to see my left arm, but it's underneath extended. You can bring it down. It's a little bit easier. The blanket would be for your head. You need it as a little pillow. It's actually a pillow. And as this knee bends, you can bring it behind the thigh and you just pulse back and forth a little bit. See if this works for your body, for your scapula. It's intense. Again, getting that shoulder stiffness. Some energy flowing. And it's a hip opener too with this right hip. So we get a double. Of course, so many yoga poses do that. Fantastic. Okay, and then we come down. We're going to take a rest before we go to the other side. So I like to stack my hands up the spiritual eye, large toes touch, full yogic breathing. Let us really rest and digest here. Let the shoulders soften, belly soften on the exhale. Feel that prana, that life force energy, the more subtle energy moving through the spine, moving through all the chakras, especially focusing on the heart chakra today. Now I'm going to demo with this arm extended to the other side. So you turn your head to the right, the arms come out in a T at first. You can use this blanket. To the right, bending the left elbow. You wedge this right scapula under by bending the left knee. And pulsing back and forth. So the more intense stuff is when the arm comes straight out to the side, and the little less is when it comes down at an angle. You can sustain it here and breathe. Or you can pulse. All right, and when it's time, ease on out. See how that is for you. I like to move the blanket out when you rest and digest. We have that central channel of the spine, more spacious, the energy flowing. We want to get all the stuckness out between the physical and the more subtle energy body. That will be like more of our emotional blockages. We want a flow state with the breath. And then we may be able to rise in our Cobra Bhujangasana. So see, we'll do one locust before we rise up with our arms. So the arms will come down by the side at first. We'll lift the legs. See how that feels. We'll lift the upper body. Pulse it up. Exhale, soften halfway. And then continue with either lifting the arms off the floor, the palms off the floor, soften, and then maybe arms out to the side. Lifting up, recharging the spine. Energy rises up to touch the sky. Soften. More challenging is arms above the head. Pulse it up and rest. Okay, now we're really set up for a Cobra Bhujangasana. Fingertips forward, wrists underneath the shoulders, scoot over. Legs strong, press to the tops of the feet. Inhale and rising up. Shoulders away from the ears, lion's breath, maybe knees off the ground, maybe not. Beautiful. Eyes soar upward on wings of joy. Ready? Open to life's whatever is appearing today. Definitely some mysteries. That's beautiful. And let the knees touch down if they're not already. And let's take that in and a wide prayer pose, wide hip opener, sinking down, stretching out through the arms. If you want even more shoulder work, you come up onto the fingertips. Deep belly breathing. Okay, from here we walk. Rooted, connected to the earth. And we're going to just kind of crawl a little bit. Crawling is great. So we got our scapula opening deeply. We're going to do a little more deep hip opening here with extended leg pose. So if you want to sit on a blanket, that's beautiful to lift up a little bit more. Move the cheeks side to side. Okay. I really want you to tune in. I know we've all done this before, but notice what happens when the right hand is like a kickstand helping your spine. So bring the right hand behind you and really feel that extension. And then the left hand twist, keep that extension of that right arm and the twist helping you. As then we come into our forward fold. So at first, you may want to walk, keeping the spine elongated, feeling the toes back. And then rounding over. Legs still stay active, upper body folds over. Again, the belly keeps opening. And the inhale. And condensing gently and powerfully on the exhale. You're harmonizing right and left solar and lunar energies. And when we do that, we're in harmony with our own being. Left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine. Inhale. Lift the heart, lift the head. Walk. Sweep the arms up. And wide open. As we get that kickstand with the left hand supporting your back, supporting your spine, twisting. Feel the difference. The closer I bring it toward the back body and is the more I feel the upsurging of the central channel and the twist. So we have this moment. And then we lift up, take our hands. You can reach forward. You can use a strap, I forgot to say. You elongate the spine at first. Lunar side, left side. Witness, observer. Melting. You're able to soften And again, with compassion and kindness, get that judger out of there. That is a part of the mind, the judger, to help protect, but it's usually pretty harsh. Witness and observe. Your sound properly, your heartfelt desire from within, and then we're witnessing and observing. What that look like manifesting without that love of the heart manifesting outwardly? What does that look like? Maybe you're doing it already. You are happening through. Just gonna tweak it a bit. Left and right, solar lunar, life's harmony of the mind. Inhale. Head the spine, sweeping the arms up. Ooh, guess what? Forward fold it now. So forward. Then left and right, walk, walk, walk. You can use a bolster or a blanket here. The head resting, but still elongating very strongly through the legs and the arms of the spine. The elongation, but a softness ideally in the belly and the heart. So that's very symbolic of, you know, whatever complications or challenges come up. And we're very active in it, but can there be an inner awareness? Softer, more kinder, and gentler. All right, walking back, walking back, walking back. So of course, we didn't do the standing prosperity, we did the seated today. It's quite lovely. And then bend one knee, then the other into our butterfly with a swirl. Swirling, providing, opening those hips, opening the heart. Okay. I'd like to do a the Matsyendrasana, the fish pose. So what we'll do is we'll come down onto our backs in the gradual formation. Okay, so we tuck the tailbone under, release the low back, the upper back. We press through the feet. And then we sweep the arms down. And this is where we bring the one forearm, palms down, underneath the cheek, and then the other forearm, if you can, underneath the other cheek. Legs are extended. And we're going to arc the spine and lightly touch the back of the head. So we press through the forearms, point the toes, and lightly touch the back of the head and breathe. And the affirmation, it's beautiful. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. For the heart, neck, crown opener, all the chakras open, but especially those upper ones. And then we press through the forearms and ease the back of the head down. We bend one knee, release one arm, and then the other arm just kind of popped up for me. Turn the, let's do a reverse. Let's draw those knees in into rocking side to side and eventually our happy baby. Pressing through. Right corner of the abdomen to the left, side to side. If you want to extend one leg at a time, feel free. And we're going to review that pose we did earlier. So, down a little bit more. Okay, feet are hip width apart, large toes slightly in, like in the back, especially the low back. Lightly clasp the elbows on up the grill. And we're going to add drawing the right elbow tip down and knees to the left. Let's have the head draw away gently from the arms, so where how the knees are twisting. The head to turn slightly in that direction. Shoulder, hip release, and deep twist. 3 breaths here. Inhale, engage the core. Bring the knees back up. Take a reset moment here. Plug in. And then you guessed it, opposite. Knees go to the right. Arms to the left. Head goes toward the knees. Head in the center line. Big exhales. Learn to luxuriate in the breath. Like our higher power, in a sense, it's here, meaning it's here all the time. Are we tuned in or not? And a lot of times we're not. That's up, but we can tune in and we want. Engage the core. Back to center. And see what last pose, what would feel best to you. Could be a bridge pose. I don't cue shoulder stand a lot because of people's necks. But I don't know, it's speaking to me now. So I'm going to do a plow maybe, shoulder stand, not sure yet. But kind of break out and do one last pose. Maybe you're cooked, you're good, you're done. I'm just going to go into Supta before we go into Shavasana. If you feel it and you want to do plow with me or shoulder stand, I definitely recommend a blanket. If there's any neck issues, I don't recommend this. My legs up the wall would be much better for you. But having the head at the edge of the blanket, and again, perhaps you're joining me here. We're going to lift up and give a little oomph here. And then rock back side to side. With the scapula, it gets very hard to do. You don't want to talk in this, and just feeling. Divine life is within me and all around me. If you want, support your low back, half shoulder stand. Divine life is within me and all around me. Full shoulder stand, I'll be walking up. Inhale. Reversing the blood flow, not staying on, and back to plow. So important to slowly come out of this. One vertebra at a time. Exhale. For most people, they'll bend the knees. If you want super core strength challenger, you slowly bring your legs down. Set yourself, depending on what you're doing for your last pose. Take a beautiful, luxurious rest as we go into a much deeper dive rest. What would feel good for you for restorative today? You want some blocks, you want a bolster. Would you like that L shape with the block you did last week, or on your spine or underneath your knees? Get as comfortable as you can. I'm going to adjust and come closer to guide us through. And our Shavasana, so important. A deep breath. Oh. All right, so. As we're getting set up. We'll start with a little bit differently today, where I usually go from the top down, but we're going to go from the bottom up. Okay, so that means your feet first. So depending on your position, you're just going to feel that right foot, right sole of the foot, toes, heel, top of the foot, ankle. You may want to twist it depending around a few times in a comforting way, depending how you're positioned. And then shifting over to the left foot, feel that contact if it's touching the earth or the wall, sole of the foot, heel, arch, toes, same thing if you want to rotate it, ankle joint, if that feels right to you. And relax it. Feel the contact points on the wall or the floor, the earth. Traveling up, right calf, left calf, right knee, left knee behind, top of the knees, thighs, left and right, and the right cheek touching the earth, most likely left cheek touching the earth. Really again and again, coming back to that soft belly breathing. Affirming, I am grateful, I am healing. Create an environment for health and healing. Breathing into the ribs, left and right, lungs, left and right. And especially the heart. Peace goes through my heart, healing, repairing, rejuvenating. Love and caring. I'm in my heart chakra and radiate out through the shoulders, left and right, through the arms, left and right. Feel the hollows of the elbows, the hollow palms of the hands, left and right. The energy of my heart radiates out into the world in so many different ways. And the fingertips and the thumbs, and the temperature in the palms of the hands. Divine life goes through all my body cells. Releasing the jaw, maybe yawning, tuning in to the upper and lower jaw. Sensation of taste inside the mouth, gums, teeth, the root of the tongue, relaxing. Feel the cool air coming in through both nostrils on your next inhale. Coolness of the spiritual eye. More cooked air coming out of both nostrils. Letting all the micro muscles of the eyes soften, eyelids get heavy. My body and mind are filled with peace and healing. Notice the sounds within oceanic sound. Sounds around you. And open to the crown, open to this time of the year, full moon. Sun, the moon, the stars. Body and mind filled with loving care, already whole, already clear, already aware. And just notice that this is time for you to return to movement or to stay in deep rest, interiorization. Sankalpa again, heartfelt desire. Your life. Resting on your side, if you're transitioning gradually in your own way, in your own timing. And if, depending on the positioning, you're going to send the 3-syllable Om sound to others, sending the healing that happens in the practice together. Also send that out to others. So visualize anyone you'd like to send this healing energy to. Of course, it could be specific people, the planet. I'm gonna, if you like rubbing your hands together, you can generate some heat. When you're ready, inhale. And perhaps bringing your hands in namaste, acknowledging that divine life within you, recognizing that divine life within everyone and everything. That is where we are one as you bow to that divinity of the heart in yourself and in others, letting it lead the way, aligning yourself as we do together. It's such a great gift to practice in any format we can. I'm going to stop this recording.